The old broad. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. Getaway today, tomorrow for Vegas. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to the doctor today. Got to look a little non-usual rosy. So I'm looking forward to that. My once a year, so get myself checked out, and then on the way to Vegas tomorrow. So I'll give the report later at the end of the vlog after I finish with the doctor. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Let's walk around as I usually do in the morning and check the perimeter here. Make sure we weren't, make sure there wasn't a zombie invasion last night. It's gonna be going away, so I need to make sure to lock this up. Workshop. And the Shine Shack. I know. We haven't done a Rancho Kitchen Stadium in a while. Let's make sure this is locked too. There we go. Kablamo! Let me know at the end if you're going to enjoy this morning style of vlog. I guess I figure this can out of here is going to get better with age on the ground. Still looking about how wildly this all got cut back, but really gave that a hell of a hair. It's ugly as hell. But if you know anything about bottle brush, they will grow back quick. Here's the next problem. And look at this massive thing. I guess I'm to the point I just want to get rid of this tree. It just interferes with the whole orchard area. You know what I say, guys, about the beware of people with blue tarps in life. It's like a danger signaler, right? Yeah, I know. I got a few lawnmowers around. I know. You know me. If somebody's offering something for free, go to the back here. Look around. Looks pretty good. Still got to get out of here. I don't know where in the heck my gardener got off to. It's been about a month since I've seen him. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get all this cut and he's going to show up that afternoon, right, with his hand out. That vintage 1977 Craftsman, the first electronic ignition. That's pretty cool. Solid state. I have to just rebuild that baby, have a little bit of fun in the shop. But all this I had cut in December, remember? And look at the way it's all infilled. You can't get anything back here. Every time I try, although it's nice out front, I can get a lot of vehicles in here now. Oh, look at how wide open spaces. I still want to put my big neon sign, the big thing, welcome to the Rancho, over the big double gate there. Wouldn't that be cool? Awesome big sign, like the biggest little city in the world, like Reno, right? The biggest little ranch in the world. Wouldn't that be cool? Mustang Ranch. Oh, brother. Let's go inside. I did water these the other day. They're looking pretty good. It's going to be a slim harvest of oranges this year, and I'll really be surprised if these make it. It's been so brutal in terms of not having our reservoirs are pretty empty. I mean, we don't get rain this time of year anyway, but you know, Missy Jen did a great job of keeping everything watered around here, and I'm trying to follow in her footsteps. But let's go inside and have a cup of coffee. I'm watching Peter McKenna, and I watched him for years here. I've learned a lot about videography, photography, lenses, which cameras are best. I mean, I really like the guy. He's a really nice, good-looking Canadian guy. But I don't know. Today, I'm just a little off my game because he starts out, why does this keep happening? Panic attacks and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, oh man, I feel kind of bad for the guy. You know, he's a younger guy, family guy, has some kids, and I'm just like, wow. And then I get into the vlog about 7 minutes, and
Okay.
let me see up here. He talks about promoting a company for mental health. It's called BetterHelp.com. And
okay, so BetterHelp is not the crisis line. It is not the helpline.
you know, how can I feel?
Purely online. So you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so that you can skip that whole awkward waiting room entirely. You know, it's available for you. So if this at all interests you, or you kind of relate to this topic and all the themes of these videos, I highly recommend. Visit.
This is what I don't know what to say, guys. It just blows me away that yeah, we all have problems. And then another friend of his that he helped get over 1 million subs on YouTube is having a video, Matty Hijapa or whatever his name is, talking about how he's suffering burnout. And I'm thinking to myself, burnout, dude. You've hired your brother to be your video editor. You're flying back and forth between Helsinki, between Finland and Toronto. And man, people would just, oh, they'd love to have that life you have. But, you know, good luck to both of you. But, you know, try punching a clock for 40 plus years at 5:30 in the morning. And then you'll really understand what burnout is. I guess we're redefining, I don't know if this is going to be the greatest generation coming up or maybe the weakest. I don't know. I'm fearful. I'm fearful about, yeah, what the future holds of people. I mean, are we capable of a really hard day's work? Well, yeah, a lot of people were out there. We walked by when we're chooching. Guys down the street here with a shovel and a pick, hand digging a hole down there 3 feet deep and probably a trench 6 to 8 feet long. Yeah. Wonder if he feels burned out too. But I don't like, you know, when you see an ad or a promotion for, you know, a service or product, and then the whole vlog ties into reaching a point where you can reveal that promotion and your endorsement of it. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to stop following, but it just kind of leaves a bit of a taste in my mouth. Anyway, I like the guy. I like Matty, but I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you think I'm crazy in that regard. I don't know. I like unconnected topics. I mean, if you're having panic attacks and things like that, and then you're not going to promote, well, this wonder thing, and I'm being paid to promote this or whatever, I'm getting a kickback on that. Well, then you have a little more credibility, at least with me, in terms of you know, your storyline and all that. But I guess maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just an old bat. But the old bat is going to be ready for action, right? I'm getting my Beretta 9mm oiled up here and ready to go to Vegas. Very exciting. And here's a tip for you guys: don't brandish weapons on live streams. You'll get a strike. You have to have recorded content with that, and this will be you know, compliant for that reason on there. But I have had this for the better part of I think about 6 years now, and I'm a very safe, never keep your finger on the trigger. I'm a very safe owner. I've been a responsible owner for many years, starting back in 1978. But it's going to be fun to go down. I'm going to take a couple hundred rounds. I'm going to donate that to the boys. I think we're going to go shooting a couple hundred rounds there. And you know, 9mm, any kind of ammo is like gold these days. So it'll be my contribution. A couple hundred rounds. I mean, God, the cost of that, I wouldn't even want to know what that costs these days. I mean, if you can even even find it. Heat up my coffee here. Be right back. Waiting for my coffee to heat up. So one of the things that my big goal here is to see if I finally reach that branch, that fork in the road, where I have to say goodbye to smartphones as principal cameras for travel. And that's a very tough decision for me. It's not a slam dunk, because the trade-off is the portability of just whipping this thing out of my pocket, the great stabilization, the fact that I'm shooting in 4K right now, 60 frames per second. I mean, that's an extremely high frame rate. And it allows you to slow down the footage dramatically without any choppiness to it. And I can do the editing in camera, and it's a breeze. And I've become very dependent on that. But I'm also very aware that I'm reaching limitations in terms of low light ability and quality, right? Color science, quality, being able to tell better stories and better images. I mean, cell phones are fantastic, smartphones are excellent, but they do reach the limit, and I've hit the limit after thousands of videos. It's like when it's almost like maybe I should go back to a GoPro, but I don't have telephoto ability. And when you're telling stories and you're doing cinematography, all cinematography, like all Hollywood movies, most Hollywood movies, is based on three principal shots. You have an establishing shot, which is a wide angle, so that the distant shots, so that people get an eye to grasp the whole scene. Like if you're going to explore the pyramids in Egypt, you don't do close up on the one stone, and the mortar between it. So you couldn't even slip a credit card in here. What's this person talking about? You get that establishing shot, that big Lawrence of Arabia, da da do 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 do, right? The lone camels silhouetted going across the desert. You need an establishing shot. Then you come to what's called the medium shot, where it's up tighter on the camel, and Peter O'Toole on there. And then you have that close-up of sweating and thirsty and chapped lips and just miserable, right? That's what you do. You can't really do that. You don't have the zoom capability on a smartphone to really pull that off. Yesterday I was over to Best Buy, and I was also down at the Shutterbug store here in town, and just even with the new Galaxy Fold, the Z Fold or whatever it is, I mean, when you try to zoom, your picture is going to look like Swiss cheese. It's all grainy. And it's not usable, right? So I've reached a point when I'm telling stories that I need good image quality from say 20 millimeters, which is a wide shot, all the way to say 200 millimeters, which allows telephoto. It allows you to get in on subjects without being in their face. In other words, you don't disturb the scene when you can do something from a distance. You keep things natural, and I like that. All right, my coffee's ready. Oh, man. Peter McKinnon thinks maybe he should cut down. I don't know. Maybe people are telling him, cut down on the coffee if you're having. Maybe I need to cut down on my coffee too. But yeah, it's just disconcerting. And it's like the last thing I expected to hear was an advertisement for online therapy. Like something just immediately, the connection kind of broke at that point in time. And I'm just like, well, okay, God knows I wish everybody well, and he's provided me years of enjoyment on YouTube. But I think money and success and fame, I think that really does change people. And when you see them come out from the end, and a lot of them end up messed up because psychologically, I don't believe that they feel like they can cope with where they are at the end versus where they began at the beginning. And if you ask most of them, when were you happiest? Almost all of them are always going to tell you what. They're going to tell you, I was happiest when I was just scrapping on the streets and just being an anonymous street photographer or whatever with a crappy camera, early Fujifilm X100. I was having such a good time. I felt fulfilled. I didn't worry about the money. I didn't have the responsibilities to worry about. I didn't have to worry about upholding my image, and everything I do, people are going to be judging now against the highest standards that, you know what I'm saying, against just the highest standard I can do. And I don't know, maybe it's one of the reasons that this sounds stupid for myself, but I don't really chase that. There'll be some people say, oh, bullshit, you do it in a roundabout way. It's not true. It's not true. When you keep, I don't want to say a low standard, but when you have what I call your everyday game face on, where people can see a slow progression in your work, in your channel and things like that, it's all natural. It's all nice. It's nothing that the mind has to cope with. I mean, I'm thinking about like Casey Neistat when he had the Beam, BEME, that media company that specialized in, he was one of the first ones, I guess TikTok was out. I don't know who in the hell was first, or Snapchat, really short vids. He had the first one. He had an early one. Hold the phone up to your chest and record a 30-second video of where you are or whatever. Well, he sold Beam to CNN for like $25 million. That's social media. And to my knowledge, it's the only one I think that failed, okay? Usually when a big corporation like CNN or IBM or Microsoft gets a hold of something, they crush up the bones and put it in a mortar and pestle, and it comes out the other end nothing like it went in. But you look at the guy now compared to when he was doing vlogs, the early ones, when he was on a tow rope on the back of a taxi or a car or something on skis, going through New York City on a blizzard with a Canon 70D and set to New York, New York. It's like, wow, there was no standard to hit. It was just pure bliss, and people really enjoyed the heck out of it. Now, I mean, what do you do for an encore? You set up his own office, 315 or whatever. I can't even remember what it is. One of you will remember. And, last time I saw him, he was doing an interview with Steve-O of Jackass and stuff, and talking about, what went wrong with Beam and CNN and being creative. And now, literally, I'd have to say the guy looks kind of like a lost soul right now. I mean, he's climbed to the top of Kilimanjaro, flown in the most expensive airline ticket, it's been all around the world. Had the choices to find this nice home in Connecticut on the way. In other words, you've climbed to the top of the mountain. What's next? Well, you got to book a seat on SpaceX, right, or something like that. I don't know. When was he happiest? In the early days, just doing those daily vlogs and things like that, and then your mind has to kind of telescope and think, well, I want to do this thing today, but am I going to really commit the time to make sure that it's Peter McKinnon level stuff, or can I just get out here with a crappy Samsung Galaxy S10, play in the sand with my daughter building sandcastles and not worry about image quality, noise, things like that. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you kind of give up your spontaneity and your ability to just let yourself flow through, and you start to become what I call a modeled person. You start to reform yourself, and then at the end of it, things maybe like anxiety set in and burnout sets in, and because you're trying to keep up to a standard that's affecting your life, and it's affecting your ability to just vlog and do your everyday life and be enjoyable. I think what people lose sight of, and what I'm constantly reminded of, and I'm certainly sure as hell no star, but people remind me, Rosie, we don't come here to, we're not in school. We don't depend on you for therapy, although you put a smile on our face. You don't mean to, but you do. You make us laugh. You take us funny places. There's that genuineness to it. And I guess I really don't want to go, and I guess it all ties into camera and everything else. Maybe I want to be a storyteller, and I don't want to go down to always, although it's a dream to hit high quality standards. Maybe it's not a great road to go down. So this is the question that I'm going to be addressing on this trip to Vegas. It's going to be different than a lot of our Vegas trips before. But I don't want to get painted into a corner and then at the end of it just find out like, wow, I'm not even recognize myself anymore and what I'm all about on YouTube, right? I mean, I want to stay that cheap person that's stopping my car on a highway to cross lanes to grab something in a free box, right? I don't have to want to worry about what the optics are going to look like, right? As I wait for a break in the traffic and I'm yelling at the guy that's already sorting in the box. No, things like that, right? I guess what I'm trying to say, there's certain features and certain things that people, that bring them to a certain point in time on places like social media and in life. And I think sometimes they reach the top of that mountain and there's, to sustain and to keep living and breathing and thriving up at that altitude is very difficult for the average person. And they don't feel like they can let themselves start to descend down that mountain, make some new turns because, well, maybe they're afraid that part of the train of followers will break off somewhere along the way. So what happens? They keep their life bent to the will of what they think people need to see, as opposed to what makes them happy. So, just a little philosophy today. I will catch up with you guys this evening. It's not going to be long. We'll have some fun and some laughs tonight. So in the meantime, I'd welcome your thoughts down below. The state of things today, I guess I would say, and keeping it real on social media and things like YouTube, and just social media really change people and the psychology of the whole thing. In any event, your thumbs up are most appreciated. If you're not subscribed, yeah, I don't go philosophical too often, thank God, right? People seem to enjoy. So with that, I'm going to close it out. Wish you all a wonderful day. Thumbs up are always appreciated. All content for all people at all times on this channel. So happy Thursday, everybody, and see you later.